Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of JLo from the AMA Awards. She looked absolutely drop dead gorgeous, very dewy skin as always, but she had quite heavy eye makeup on and I really liked it. So that is what I'm going to do for you today. Hope you enjoy. So I've already moisturised my skin, so I'm then going to add some foundation. I'm going for Delilah. This is Time Frame Future Resistance Foundation. I'm going to take that on a buffing brush and work that into the skin. So really buff that into the skin so you get that JLo kind of airbrushed, buffed into skin finish. You probably only need a pea drop of this foundation, so a very, very small amount of foundation on the back of your hand. I'm then going to go in with this Becca Lightweight Sculpting Perfector. I'm going to use that on a foundation brush. This one is an angled one. And I'm going to take that just on the cheekbones. So from the ear, the top of the ear, diagonally down, where you can feel the cheekbone, and then no further than the corner of the eye. Don't worry about this one if you've got a stripe. This is a cream product I'm working with. If you have a cream bronzer, then that's probably best to kind of contour with because you can buff it in so it almost disappears. I'm going to use that through my jaw as well. I'm using this sort of brush because it's tough enough to wipe it onto the skin without buffing it in too much, because I actually want it to show to start off with, and then I'm going to blend it in afterwards with a different brush. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit hoarse, it's very early in the morning. Sam and I have a course this week. We just got back from America on Sunday and then we had a course this week. Well, actually we got back from Canada. We went to America, then Canada. Course this week, so we literally haven't had any time to rest, so I had to get in early to do a video. So just contouring through the jawbone, a little bit of the bronzer through the hairline, so I'm contouring right the way around the face, contouring the cheekbones in. Now the funny thing that JLo actually does is she uses a little bit dark just down the front of her nose and then highlights the rest. So I'm putting in the contour first, and actually if you look in pictures you can kind of see that she's got this on. I'm then going to take a slightly lighter colour, concealer or foundation, it's up to you which you choose to use, whichever you have laying about. I have got Radiant Creamy Concealer by Nars, and I'm actually going to put it on the back of my hand because I want to use a brush to work this in. I'm going to use a pointed foundation brush with this. It's just going to go under my eyes, and then it's going to go down this part of my nose as well. A little bit of that just through my Cupid's bow. On the cheekbones, or the lower part of the cheekbones, what do you call that? Jawbone? My brain. So just here, so it's shaping the face. Right, go back in with your foundation brush that you used before, the angled foundation brush, and you're just going to up and down on that little line there. It's just going to blend those together. Softly blend that. I'm then going to move on to the brows. I'm going to give my brows a good brush through. Then I'm going to take my Uemura brow pencil just to shape the brows slightly. I want them to be reasonably thick. Well, thicker than mine are anyway. And brush them through while I go. So JLo's brows don't angle quite as much as mine, they go across a little bit more. A bit more like my sister's brows. I'm then going to take a little bit of Maybelline Brow Drama. This one is in dark blonde. to show that there are hairs there. Guys, if you've got Naked Palette 1 or 2, you can use that. It's perfect for doing JLo's eyes. I really want to use this Makeup Forever palette, which you can make yourself, and I'm going to choose a couple of colours out of that to use because I really want to try them. I'm going to start off with a little bit of L414 on a base shadow brush. It's going to go mostly all over the lid. You can take that right up to the brow bone. I'm then going to take a D320 on a shading brush. I'm going to start with the underneath of the eye. I'm going to take that right the way underneath the eye. She goes really quite thick under the eye, which I love. But I know a lot of people don't like it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. And then it wings right round. So start with the underneath the eye, makes it a little bit easier. You're going to pull it right along. Let the brush do the work for you. Then going to pull that back over the eye. And that's going to go all over the mobile lid, so the bit of the lid that moves. That's going to go right the way over there. Don't worry about how tidy this is yet. And like I said, if you already have products that are this sort of colour, then use them. Don't feel that you have to go out and buy this one. I'm then going to take a MAC 217 and really buff all that in. Then going to take a slightly darker eyeshadow. This one is in P326 with the same brush as I started with. And again, go over where we just went, so it's building with it. But I'm not going to go quite as far up on the mobile lid, so I'm going to keep it more to the lash line and just pull it outwards. It's a nice eyeshadows because they don't fall down. Get your MAC 217 again and just blend that through so it works them all together. I'm going to take a little bit of MAC Prunella, which is just not quite black, it's a bit purpley. And I'm going to run that really close under the eye. And just in the very corner there. It's going to make that even stronger. And then I'm going to take the shading brush that I already used and just softly buff that along. Okay, so students have just started to arrive, so it might get a bit noisy. Okay, I'm then going to take a little bit of this, which I just went and got from Mercier. I fall in love with these sorts of colour. This one is called Black Carat or Carat. Isn't it pretty? So I'm going to use a little bit of that because I like the sparkle. Take that under the eye. A little bit pushed over the lid. In with some mascara, I have got Estee Lauder Sumptuous Infinite. I'm going to pop that on my eyes, on my lashes. I'm going to use a little bit of the MAC Extended Play Mascara on the bottom lashes because it just doesn't seem to move. For those of you that find that your mascara transfers under the eyes, this one is possibly one of the only ones I've found that doesn't so much. If you know one that doesn't, pop it in the description box so everyone can share in the love of mascaras that don't seem to run. under the eyes. I'll put some lashes on in a minute. Another thing that I went and bought from Laura Mercier was this little set. I didn't care about the other two things, although they'd be handy. It's mascara and an eyeliner. But I really wanted this little highlighter thing, which is a bit like Hush, but you know how I always buy the same things over and over just because I know I like them. So this is Eye Glance. So I think it's actually for the eyes, like Hush. And I'm going to pop a little bit of that through my brow bone. Let's pop a bit on the back of my hand. Put that in there. I want a clean shading brush. I'm going to pop that through my brow bone. Put a little bit here. I'm then going to go back into the skin, and I've got my Bobbi Brown bronzer in medium 2. I'm just going to run a tiny amount over my cheekbones, my jawbone, and then take a clean brush and just buff that in. Then onto the lips, I've got MAC Stripdown, and she overdrew her lips quite a bit. I hate Stripdown on me. I know Kim Kardashian loves it, but I just don't like it. But maybe with this whole J-Lo look it might look nice. Just going to take a clean brush and just buff that in. Just so it looks a little less harsh. And then a little bit of MAC Love Nectar. I forgot all about this lipstick. I just went into the store and I was like, ah, you know, you forget about things. Perfect colour for J-Lo. Just going to use a little bit of mineral powder. This is a MAC one, just to powder the areas that I want to make a little bit less shiny. But I'm using a mineral powder because I still want it a bit shiny and a bit dewy. Now that is when a little brush like this comes in super handy, because you can get right into these little areas without disturbing the rest of the makeup. Right, I'm then going to take a little bit of Hush cream colour base. As it's a J-Lo look, then I want to have really dewy kind of skin, and I think a cream is the best product just to put on the top of the cheekbones here to give that kind of glowy, airbrushed, healthy skin that J-Lo always has. And even though she has contoured with a darker colour down the nose, she also uses a little bit of highlighter just over it. Right, lashes, and then I think we're there. I'm going to go in with these Blink Pro lashes in Promise. Actually, I think her lashes are a bit more feathered, but I don't have any feathered ones, so these were as, I can't say that word, as feathered as I could find. Okay, so pop some glue on the back, look down, and pop them on. Get in there. They're really weightless. So there you have the finished J-Lo AMA Awards. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.